fun fact, like one time I hired a salesperson and like to help me out because I was like going to my honeymoon for 3 months and so on. And then just such a fail. It was like nothing happened. And then I was like, oh my God, why is like it just never works when I'm trying to get help. And I feel like sometimes like I'm the only person. But then I understood that all the like sales presentations that I don't want to receive them. And also then I saw what the salesperson does, like, yeah, let's put together like a PDF and let's do like a nice presentation, all of that. It was so dry. It was so like unnatural. And like you totally miss the human connection you have on a video call, like just listening them and talking with them and then providing them all their answers on live. And yeah, so that's it. That's it. Just be yourself, just be a human and don't overdo it. Nobody likes it.
Hey, I'm Armando Leduc, producer, film actor, and owner of Leduc Entertainment. I've chosen a life off the beaten path and wanted to find others that are doing the same. Spaghetti on the Wall is a show based on all of the years that I've thrown spaghetti on the wall and nurtured what stuck. We will share fun stories, ideas, tips, tricks, and more. Welcome to Spaghetti on the Wall.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when you are watching this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Spaghetti on the Wall. Here with Enelin Toneva. Is this correct?
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
Good. So you're living that laptop life.
Yeah.
Very jealous of that. So you're, in Mexico, you're from Estonia, you have employees from all over the country,
Well,
and you help with digital marketing. Is that correct?
yes, absolutely. Yeah, I currently just recently came from Greece and now I'm in Albania and in a few weeks heading back to Estonia and then Switzerland and Slovenia and Germany and then back to Mexico. So busy summer
God, I love it. I love that.
while
Like
working
I said,
full time.
I'm super jealous of it. So I always ask sort of, what was your spaghetti on the wall moment? How did you know that this is something that you wanted to do with your life?
Yeah. So actually for me, it got clear very fast. Like I was actually studying politics and governments in my bachelor long time ago. And I was like, I don't know if this like public sector is something for me. So I started to lean into private sector fast. And then I was really active student. I was like, I always did everything else you could do instead of actually studying. So I ended up being active student, organizing events, and then doing marketing for student union and stuff like that, and being the president of student union. Then I was like, oh yeah, but I had to market myself and the NGO and also events we organized and stuff. And I was like, I like that. So by the time I finished my studies, I was already actually like working with some startups and in marketing and just learned by doing. And then I did a lot of different things at the beginning. I knew it's marketing, but I didn't know like what type. And I knew that niching down would be good. And then, 2018, I finally hit me that influencers and affiliates, that was the niche that I wanted to focus on and had some good experience. And it was really something like different. I like the logic about it, like versus ads or like pushy marketing. It's more like, people sharing their experiences and good content and all of that. And that's what I do now.
So talk to me about influencer and affiliate marketing. So you have, I guess, a database of influencers that have big followings. Are there different tiers as far as like how, as a micro influencer, what's the terminology here?
Yeah. So, yes, we work with influencers and affiliates. Ooh, maybe even to like explain a little bit more, that people are sometimes asking like, so what's the difference between affiliates, influencer, referrals, right? So it's also that like referrals may be like you recommending this podcast to another friend because you like it, right? Or affiliate would be like, I would recommend any kind of service to another in my blog because I want to earn money. It's affiliate. And affiliates are normally in networks and blogs and things like that. And social media influencers are the one who influence with their content in social media. And yes, there's very different kind of, there's micro ones. That could be like up to 50. Some people say 100,000. Then mid size up to 500, and then macro ones, bigger ones up to millions, and so on. But people many times ask about the size and things like that. But actually, what really matters is the engagement rate. You can be a small influencer, like with 10K, but if your engagement rate is really good and you're really niche, you may be a really good influencer, versus there is a huge one that has like hundreds of thousands of followers and their engagement rate is close to zero. And also like half of the followers are random accounts and done by bots. Then it actually may not be so shiny as it looks at the beginning. So there's a lot to look more into deeper when you see stuff in social media.
Yeah, for sure. So, so you guys have, I guess, a list of the reputable
Yes.
people, because I guess that's, it's definitely probably valuable to have to, like, time consuming to sift through all of that stuff and make sure that the people that you're dealing with are legit. And that's where you guys come in.
So yes and no. So we do both. We have, of course, thousands and thousands of influencers we have been working with over time, since 2018 when I started. But every client that comes in they always have their things, their niche, and so on. So we do weekly basis also lead gen from zero, and just for them on their terms and everything, and handpick totally, and write like personalized emails and all of that as well, because it's really creating. Yes, I know there's also a bunch of companies who do agency who do like spray and pray, like just mass,
Yeah.
mass this kind of outreach. But we like to do handpicked, niche, personalized, and we have really good conversions and sign up a lot of influencers and affiliates partners weekly basis. So that's what we do. We also, of course, have a lot of tools. I mean, not everything is done like in a manually, but with using databases that are out there, right? So we use a bunch of different tools, Story Clash, Modash, Grin, for social media influencers to see. I mean, there's databases and tools for like uncover millions of influencers. You can put your filters and find them out, but then you still have to handpick, right? And for blogs and so on, we use a lot of SEO tools like SEMrush, Ahrefs, and so on, to see like in that who's ranking in that with that keyword, and like how we could form an affiliate relationship with that blog, for example. So a lot of different corners there.
Take me through your customer journey. When somebody comes through, kind of take me, I always love, do you know the Domino's pizza tracker?
I'm not a pizza fan.
All right, no worries. So Domino's is a huge pizza
Yes.
place. So, when you order, right, it tracks like where you are in the pizza delivery process, right?
Yeah.
It'll say, hey,
Yeah.
okay,
Uber Eats too. Yeah.
Yeah. Uber Eats is doing it too. There was a really good book I read called Never Lose a Customer Again, but it really talks about that customer journey. So curious to know how do people experience your business, and taking them from A to Z, how do they know they've been successful? Because I think a lot of marketing professionals have maybe a hard time knowing when that success hits, right? Because it's such an ongoing thing sometimes, where you're like, hey, you've been successful, right? Like, I know this is going to be ongoing, but these are like sort of our milestones. So give me that.
Absolutely. So the first weeks is really like kickoff goal, knowing it, get to know the company, also the market, competitors, all of that, understanding what's going on, so we can make a good decision and offer a good, to set up a good program that is actually, compared to others, also really good for the affiliates and partners. After we do that, we set up the system from zero. So it really depends like what you use. For example, if your website is on Shopify, most of our clients are e-commerce and B2C projects, then we would use, for example, Uppromote. Or if it's a WordPress site and they do WooCommerce, then we would use Affiliate VP. for example, right? And then also, so it takes few weeks to set that up. So that will provide you with the whole tracking system and dashboard for the affiliates and dashboard for you as a manager, so you can see who does sales, make the payments for them, provide them links, codes, test products, and promotional materials and everything. Yes, after that setup, we may also do the network as well, depending on the client. So we also work with Sheracell, Commission Junction, Avin, you name it, with all of the big ones, and we set up that program as well. So that's the setup part. At the same time, or after this first weeks, we already know also what's the strategy, who we want to target with, and already on the site the lead gen starts as well. So we have, while we set up, also the lead gen is going on. After the setup, then there's like final things is a CRM system. We use Pipedrive for that, for example. So we can put all the leads in that are relevant for that company in one place and understand where they are, if they bounced back, if they said no, if they said yes, if they already signed up, or maybe if they are is waiting for the test product and haven't posted content yet, right? So we know everything. And then CRM system is also our outreach system, so where we have our full email sequence. We send out 4 emails first, then we do a social media follow-up manually, actually. Hey, we send you an email, what's up, using the client's account. And then normally at that time they already answer for sure. Or if they don't, we have another email sequence going out as well. So we definitely make a special effort to reach the client's audience, affiliates and influencers. And then, they start signing up. We help them to onboard, like welcome them, onboarding emails, make sure they get their test product, follow up with them if they've got any questions, and until the moment they post. And after they post, then the traffic and everything, conversion starts to come in. Then we repeat that weekly basis with new influencers and affiliates, while onboarding constantly new ones, while also developing the relationship with the current ones. So then it becomes really, at the beginning it's slow, like the first month is like set up, everything. Second month is, at the beginning of second month is like, it takes few weeks to like starting to get responses. But then after that, it starts growing really nicely, the number of affiliates and the content that comes out and everything. And then the bigger the project goes, there's always work. It's like it's never ready. I feel my oldest client is since 2018, literally. And because the thing is that if the program grows, the most also you need help and support, literally, for affiliates. And then you want to sign up more, and then in one point, if you are being seen in social media a lot, then other influencers already start writing you, so you will have inbound as well, affiliates, influencers, so onboardings and new products, discussion campaigns, keeping them active, happy, so on, so on, so on.
I love it. So it's super. So it sounds like it's mainly for clients that or customers that have a product. Is that mainly who you guys work with?
Yes and no. And mostly, I personally like it more, but also have team members who they love services the most. They just like to work with e-courses and services. We also have insurance. So we have everything. But I would say 70% is still B2C, but we also have B2B and we also have services.
When you guys are selling the product, right? What's that sales life like? Like, what's that the life cycle of y'all's sales?
You mean my
usually?
clients, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have 2 types of clients, right? One of them are who want our help. We have the 4-month minimum contract, and they have internal big marketing already teams, and they just want somebody to do the things right. Start the program, set everything up, help the internal person to understand how it works and all of that, and then they take it over. And then I have clients who stay with us for years, and then it becomes like a really big project. From 1 people, I have project now that like 3 people are involved from my company, because we just need to put in so much hours because it has grown so big. So it can be everything.
And so I love talking sales.
Yeah.
Right? Because sales it's such an interesting topic, because there's so many sales techniques
I
out
like
there,
sales
right?
too.
Yeah, it's great. So how do you convince someone to go with you?
Yeah. Funny fun fact, like one time I hired a salesperson and like to help me out because I was like going to my honeymoon for 3 months and so on. And then just such a fail. It was like nothing happened. And then I was like, oh my God, why is like it just never works when I'm trying to get help and I feel like sometimes like I'm the only person. But then I understood that all the like sales presentations that I don't want to receive them. And also then I saw what the salesperson does, like, yeah, let's put together like a PDF and let's do like a nice presentation, all of that. It was so dry. It was so like unnatural. And like you totally miss the human connection you have on a video call if you're stuck with some presentation and like, stump questions and so on. And then, yeah, I do sales in a way that I see people's websites before. I try to understand where they are. I see if they already have a program. I would sign up if I can, see like how far they are, before they can book a call with me too. Like I have a few questions so I can understand in what stage they are. And then I just listen what they want to. For me it's to understand first like where you want to go, right? I have clients who want to do like product launch, or they need like quickly a lot like in social media, or some clients who are like I want to create trust or conversions, but like this is my timeline, KPI, stuff like that. Like I need this kind of like background information. And then while on the sales call I'm already like taking notes and putting together offer, like just listening them and talking with them, and then providing them all their answers on live. And I normally don't go in with like like specific thing, like okay, I know exactly. No, I never know what's gonna happen in sales calls, and I'm really like open and just like naturally having a conversation. And I feel that that works the best. And also I'm always ready to like show my screen and with them and share some data that I'm allowed to, that I have like a pre-authorization from some of my clients that are okay with that. And also I never sign up exactly competitors, right? If I do one thing, if I do one insurance, like this like very specific insurance, I'm not going to do another one, right? So they don't normally mind. And yeah, so that's it. Just be yourself, just be a human, and don't overdo it. Nobody likes it.
How are you marketing your business currently?
Yeah, very naturally. So when I started, it was because I was working with one company, and then that was a very great success. It was at that time when I started with influencers and affiliates, it was just a small startup. We were like 6, 7 people. And then now, so I was with them many, many years. And then I started, it was a great success. We raised more than $50 million and everything. Now it's 150 people there and everything. And they are still one of my clients today. And from that experience, because it was featured and things like that, then I started to get requests like for consultations. But then after consulting for a while, then it's normally not enough. Like people, yeah, they greatly, they're happy about the advice you give them, but then they're like, okay, but can you do this for me? And then this is where I started, growing my team and actually putting some services and things together. And yeah, today I use a few things. One is like PR things, right? Like guest blog posting, providing content in podcasts, like we do now. And I think providing something valuable than forcing people into buying your service is a better way to go. I'm also developing currently my blog and things like that. I have an e-course with a lot of and some videos that I share and everything, and freelance
What's the
platforms.
e-course about?
How to start your affiliate program, how to launch a successful affiliate program.
Cool. And so you have like the funnel and
Yeah,
like
it's
everything in place?
I used to actually. It's so funny. I used to, and then I made it so good, and I took it off, and I use it for internal training now. Yeah, I just put so much energy into it. It's just so good. I was like, I'm not sure I can sell it anymore. It's too good. Well, yeah, but it's out there. You can see it, so it's like it gives. I guess it still creates trust. And I had really good reviews in Udemy as well. It was like 4.9 and stuff like that. And then I was like, maybe it's like, it's some things is like you can't sell because they're too good. But yes, and freelance platforms and services where I list. So, for example, Upwork, right? I've been there a long time. I have really, really good reviews there. I'm one of the top freelancer there, and all of that. But it all takes time. So, yeah, it took long time to build those things up. But I don't run ads or stuff like that at all.
Can you guys do that for other companies? Can you create e-courses for them?
I could, but I'm not really. It's not my passion. Our passion is still to create influencer and affiliate programs for companies.
Gotcha. So you guys pretty much stay in that spot.
Yeah, I feel also as a business owner, I feel like it's one of the best things for me at least. I see some of my fellow entrepreneurs because I'm part of like some entrepreneurial communities like DC, if you know, Dynamic Circle and so on. And I see many times like young entrepreneurs or first time entrepreneurs, they like struggle because they like just do too much, right? So quickly I learned like a few years ago, I was doing even more services. And then now I'm just like very concrete on what I offer and very concrete on I do. And now like I feel I have really good like onboarding and training materials for my team and like, things figured out and professional tools and like, we know what we do and we know like what works and what doesn't. And it's just saves so much time and has so much more clarity and so much less stress, I feel.
So what could I expect revenue wise working with a company like yours?
It very depends. So, what I can tell you, we normally don't work with very new startups. If they don't know like who's their ideal customer and things like that, or they want to like, they're really starting from zero, then it's a little bit hard channel to start with because ambassadors want to know like some information that would give them trust. For example, you already have good reviews and many people using it and they're happy. So then also influencers and ambassadors feel a little bit more secure to work with you, right? If it's from zero, it's very hard to convince them that, look, we are so great, but we have no clients, work with us, right? Promote us. So that's one thing. But depending on the clients, like we have everything. We have clients from who we do like smaller clients who are they're like solopreneurs, e-commerce. They do 5K per month, right? And my biggest client is over 300,000 per month and growing, and everything in between. And it really, really depends on how long has the program has been. With us, also at the beginning, it can be slow, then it can grow. It really depends if the brand is known. If I get a brand that is like rather starting, but not so well known, has no social media, then it's a little bit more complicated. If I have a brand who is already, I mean, at least few years in and they have social media, something like this going on, it's already much easier to going faster. Also, it depends a lot if the influencers, if the company is willing to work with sponsorships or not. Because there's, if you work with only micro influencers, yes, you can work commission and product based only. But if they say, okay, I have no budget, but I want to work with influencers more than 500,000, then I mean, it's just not pretty much doable because all of these big guys have their sponsorships budgets, media kits, and then we have to have the budget for that. So yeah, it very depends. Very depends. I have seen everything literally by now.
How much are your services usually?
Yeah.
And I know it depends, but on
Yeah,
average.
on average, we have two packages. One is $3,500 per month, another one $5,500 per month. And it really depends on if the client wants they want, and also we have clients who have double than that because they just order so many hours because the program is now so big. So, and it really depends from two things. If a client says, I want this and really fast, then most probably, and I have a referral program, I have affiliates, and also I want to work with sponsorships, then most probably they're going to be in the bigger package. If they are like, medium-sized company who wants to try this channel out, and we do the in-house affiliate program and one network, then it's and their KPIs are reasonable, and because the KPIs also depends on if they have the current program now, and they say, and I'm taking it over, and they say, okay, I want to grow 5% per month or something. Okay, more or less reasonable. Okay, something like that. Then they would be in the 3,500 package. But then I also have some clients who are like, I just want to do share sell and not the in-house, or I just want the in-house affiliate program and not the share sell. Then we can also have a much smaller package there.
And this works for service-based businesses as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me how this would work. I could see it working for like product-based businesses, but I'm trying to figure out how this would work for a service-based business.
Yeah. For services, so it's kind of funny, like I'm not telling it, but it's like sometimes it turns out that we kind of also do a little bit of SEO work in a way that we, if you think about the listings about like, okay, let's say we have one client currently, resume writing service. And all they do is write resumes, and globally, and they have pretty automated system there, and a bunch of good writers and good reviews and everything. And for example, what we do with them is listings, best resume writings XYZ. So these are all those listings, and it's actually sad to hear, but like, everything, when you Google anything in this world today that you want to buy a good backpack or whatever, it's mostly all those have affiliate links, right? So those kind of links are definitely one thing that we do. So blogs, listings, and so on. Then there's also sites that promote, or you can filter out like affiliate program listing sites, and then networks, right? In networks, you have big publishers as well. So there could be, for example, all the big, Wired or whatnot. You can find all of these guys are there, right? And they don't work with you in your in-house affiliate programs. You have to be in their network where they are to work with them. They will not come with you for you, So these kind of big things. And then there's professional affiliates there. If you don't want to run ads, you want affiliate run ads for you. These are the guys you can find there. Coupon sites, cashback, whatever. Not my favorite, but if you're a new company and you have nothing to lose, then you can work with that as well. Then there are, and then also we work with like LinkedIn influencers, for example, because they talk about HR and all of that. So that's one example, like actually how wide it can be. With e-commerce, we can sometimes we narrow down, depending a lot on the product and so on, maybe we narrow down YouTube and TikTok and do network as well, or combinations. We really work together with the marketing team and see who are your best clients right now, who you want to target, what is going on with your current marketing, and like where, and then we narrow down and we start testing stuff. And then some channels will stick better than others. And maybe for some client, TikTok is awesome and affiliates there. And for some, it's not, right? And then we start with some hypothesis and move on from there. And then we will have specific things we do, very personalized for each one of them.
Have you guys ever worked with attorneys?
No, actually not. But sometimes I have heard, I think they can't run ads, right? And some like,
yes.
Yeah. Would be an interesting niche, but I haven't yet. I have been reached out sometimes from companies who can't do ads, but also we are like including crypto and casino and tobacco and whatever. But I'm also pretty picky about the clients I pick, in a way that if I can do good, I would choose that. So yeah. But attorney sounds interesting, actually. I will look into it.
Let me know. I work with a lot of attorneys, so
Cool.
if you can figure out how to help them, yeah, we'd have a really good business.
Awesome.
Enelin, it was fantastic having you on. Tell the folks where they can find you.
Yeah, Vivian Agency. .com, simply as that, Vivian as a lady's name. That's what where we are in media, and you can also find us in social media and Twitter as well. Vivian Agency.com is our handle in Twitter, and Vivian Agency. There where you can find us, and also. There is a calendar link where you can book a call directly with me for a discovery call, and I would be happy to help you out and answer all your questions.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Armando. That was fun.
Oh, thank you. And that was Spaghetti on the Wall, ladies and gentlemen. Right again, brought to you by Leduc Entertainment for all of your digital marketing needs, social media, video, podcasting. We got you. And you can watch Spaghetti on the Wall anywhere where you can see a podcast. YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google it. So, all right, guys, and we'll see y'all next week.